Millie.
It's Gabi.
And we're back for another week of Change by Degrees. We hope your first week went great.
Yes, we want you to let us know how it went. We have our Twitter and Instagram and Facebook up. The Twitter and Instagram handle is at Change by Degrees, but the first E in degrees is a number 3 because there's already a Change by Degrees, but it's not us.
Don't follow that. Don't follow that page.
Yeah, but you'll see our logo.
3.
So hopefully you recognize it by now and you can follow us. But on Facebook, it is Change by Degrees, 3 separate words, and it's spelled correctly. There's no symbol 3.
Simple.
It's normal. So hopefully you find us and follow us and let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, we really want to hear how it's going for you guys. But this week, we're going to be covering money.
Yes.
And saving it.
Or not saving
Or
it.
not saving it. We have to talk about it because this is going to happen super quick, guys. Whether you're in college or not. Like, you're in charge of your money now. You need to keep track of it. It's not like it doesn't just happen. Your parents aren't looking over everything that you're doing now.
Yes.
So let's discuss what you have to do and what we've learned along the way that we've either done right or wrong.
Yes, because it's very easy to, I think, be on your own and be spending money and then surprised when you look at your bank account and money is gone.
Yes.
Because it's like,
what happened?
It was you.
It disappeared.
It was no one else's fault. It was your fault. So how do we approach money? How do you approach money?
Well, for me, here we go, guys. I don't spend it. I suck at that, okay? And it's not a great thing. I mean, it's helped me save money, but like, and when it comes to myself, like even now, it's a struggle. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't, want this, which is not always the best thing. When it comes to other people, if it's for a gift, I'm like, take my money, go, take it. But it's for myself, it's just
You wait
such
a really
struggle.
long time.
I do, and she knows this. For whatever it is, it could be like a $10 cup. I'm like, I don't need this. No. But I think I've grown like throughout college and realized that there's a difference between being frugal and being a Scrooge. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to spend money.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Deeper detail.
I wouldn't say I'm the complete opposite, but I'm definitely, I'm a saver just because my parents are savers and they're I wouldn't say they're super frugal. It's just they're smart with the way they spend money and save money. And they always have been. So I think that watching them, the way they deal with money, it's definitely instilled in me how to deal with money. Yeah. However, I would say that I've gotten better at finding a balance between spending money and saving money. So, for example, I used to be a little paranoid about it, and I would save, and not spend it. But that's really not the point. I mean, we have money so we can spend it. If you're hoarding it, that's not fun.
Exactly.
Like, if you can pay your rent and pay your mortgage and whatever and still have money left over to spend on yourself or on other people, then do it. For example, I've been saving money for the past few months, and in 2 weeks I'm going to go to New York to go see my friend, which is not cheap, but I feel like I've earned it because I've been saving money for the past 5 months. Sure. And that's just something fun you can do. So I'm still finding that balance, but and it's not like I have tons of expenses right now, but I just think it's something that is an important balance. But while you're in college, it's important to establish those guidelines early.
Yeah, to develop those habits early on because you're going to follow that throughout your life.
Yes.
You're going to need that. So, but really quickly, the first step to saving money is to not spend it, okay? I'm going to go back to how I used to live my life, and the really important first step is to just not spend the money. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, of course, there's things that you need to eat. You're going to be paying college or whatever else. If you're working on, career, you will spend money, and those things do need to be spent first. But as a college student in particular, like when I went to my first week, you get a special little card. You have your Spirit Wear store, the $50 for a t-shirt. That's not the way to go.
No.
Like, okay, you can buy like one thing, okay? Buy yourself like, I don't know, something for your keychain. That's $5. Don't spend $50 on a t-shirt.
It's a t-shirt. Also, this side note, a lot of times with colleges, in stores, you can buy the t-shirt for like $50, but then if you go online, there's like a discount. And you're like, why would I come in and spend $50?
It's a trap.
Yes.
Don't go and like get your textbooks, get what you need, get out, okay? And then also like I get you a little food card.
Yes.
Guys, it's not magic. Like, it will run out.
Yes.
I've seen kids the first week, I can spend it, beam, 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 Starbucks,
all gone.
Chick-fil-A, all gone first week. And you're like, what happened? Dude, you spent it.
And that reminds me, okay, so CNU, and I don't know if other colleges have something like this, but CNU would give you, we had cards, like, and they would have dining on it. They would have swipes for the dining hall, and then they would have a printing fund. So seeing you, and I say gives you, quote unquote, gives you, because it's part of your tuition that you spend. But they say, oh, this $20 we give to you. It's $20 for printing, but it's still coming out of your paycheck. It's not like complimentary. And so they would give us that, and this is the thing. It's 8 cents a page to print. Okay, I was an English major. All of my professors wanted us to print out the papers we were going to turn in because they don't want to print 15 pages for 40 people in the class of their papers that they wrote. And then they would have us print out articles and PDFs and all this. So I remember one semester, my printing fund was completely gone by October. Like 1 month, and it's 8 cents a page.
Yeah.
And it was $20 was gone in 1 month. That's insane. So the rest of my printing for the 3 months I had left of school came out of my pocket. So that's an expense that sometimes like you really can't help. Like your professor wants you to print it out. I can't help that. I have to print it out to appease my professor who is grading my paper. Like I kind of want to stay on their good side. So that's just that's an expense that you really can't help.
So basically, guys, just don't be an English major.
Don't be an English major.
Don't spend that money.
Okay, that is
a CS major. All I had to do was submit stuff online. I didn't have that.
Well, we had to do that too, but we also had to print it out. So
that's terrible.
I can't.
No, it's okay, guys.
I'm sorry.
No. But yes. So, but sometimes other than printing and things that you need, textbooks, there's some stuff like maybe you don't need a venti Starbucks cloud macchiato. Okay,
I will tell you,
every day.
You don't need it. I will tell you that.
Yes,
you don't need it.
You can get a tall. Okay,
you can get
or
a
as
tall.
Gabby would say, it's
a
a small.
I can't get the Starbucks lingo right. I just say small, medium, large.
No,
the barista knows what I mean.
No, maybe you don't have to spend that money. Maybe every once in a while. I'm saying you can treat yourself, but you don't have to spend all the money in the world. Realize that super quickly, because if not, you'll run out of money super quickly. And also, there's things like school discounts. They're a thing, okay? And not just in your university. Like, if you are going to go on a night out, I'm saying you can go on a night out, watch movies. Usually movie theaters have a school discount. Or online, I know Apple, if you have to get, like, a laptop, it's not a lot, but it's something. So be, like, vigilant. Like, take the extra effort.
Sometimes they don't even tell you. You have to ask. Some companies are super proud of their student discount, and other companies or places have student discounts, and they just don't advertise it for whatever reason. So even if it's some obscure place, like just ask, they might have a student discount.
Take the chance.
Usually, I feel like student discounts are always like 20%, which isn't a lot, like you said, but like it's
for
a
good
student,
amount.
it's a lot.
It's like, wow, I saved $1. Yes, that's me. That's me every time.
Yeah.
And then with school discounts, also something that works in the background, Honey. This is not sponsored, but dude,
Honey.
It's a web extension. It's magic. It's magic. So this works in the background for you. You're going to go check out, maybe you're going to get a school textbook on whatever website. And it'll just pop up and be like, dude, there's a coupon that's live and on. And I'm like, click it, and that's done. Dude, no extra effort on my part, and I just saved $10, $15, and I'm like, every time.
Yeah.
Most
and Honey's
online shopping, great.
Honey's nice because you don't have to spend 400 years. I think they even say this in their like commercials and advertisements that you don't have to spend 400 years looking for a coupon that then doesn't work. You just download the browser extension, whatever, and then it tells you, oh, by the way, this is 30% off. Or it'll have Elaine from blah 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 used this 30 minutes ago. It works.
Like, thank you.
So it's
Thank
not
you,
even
Elaine.
something you have to spend time doing. You just apply it and it does it
super
because it worked
helpful.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But
Use Honey.
also
Download it right now.
Yes, use Honey. Any other browser extension. There's actually a lot out there.
There
They're
is.
Once again, they're just not advertised. But Honey is the one that we like.
It is.
Also with money, treating yourself is important. But don't use it as an excuse. I think we live in a day and time now where treating yourself is kind of like a buzz phrase. And so everyone's like, oh, just treat yourself. And that's well and good and nice. But at the same time, that can get super dangerous too. Like that's a slippery slope.
It is.
I think it's an excuse that people use for spending money when they know they shouldn't.
Yes.
And that's kind of, especially when you're with your friends and you're like, oh, I'm going to treat myself like it's fine. And it's like, well, you treated yourself last week and the day before that. And
Or
the day
just
before-
yesterday.
Yeah, or
It's
yesterday.
happened. Yeah.
Like, you don't need to go out eating with your friends every night. Like, would it be great? Maybe, but you don't need to do that.
Exactly.
So I think it's one of those things that you need to be careful of because once again, it's a slippery slope. It can easily get dangerous.
Yeah.
So
and it can become unhealthy. Like that's not a good way to approach situations. Like if you're stressed, okay, maybe I'll go get like Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Yes.
You need to go buy the whole grocery store, and it's not a healthy way to approach situations. So it's okay to treat yourself, but definitely
in moderation.
Put a cap on it.
Yes.
A cap on it. That's
Yes,
important.
definitely.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes along with like our next point, which is planning. It's important to plan how you're going to spend your money instead of kind of just spending it off the wall randomly. If you know that in a week you're going to be going on a trip and you're going to be spending a lot of money, this week you probably should be saving and waiting for your paycheck to come in so you don't, if you have it, and that's the other thing, a lot of people don't have jobs in college, which is fine. Tons
Focus
of
on
people
school.
don't because you don't have time. So you also need to be vigilant of that. If you don't have paychecks coming in, you need to be vigilant about how you're spending your money.
For sure.
You need textbooks, so that's a large chunk of money. So for the first month of school, do you really need to be buying chicken wings every day for lunch? Probably not. Would it be nice if you could? Totally. Yeah. But you don't need to. So that's just another thing, is just planning is key.
And important. Yeah. But along with that, like, good habits take time. We're not saying like this is not going to be night and day. It wasn't for us. But especially as you take more charge of your money, like a good habit that I've grown into is like checking your account. Like that goes along with keeping a budget. So for me, I check it consistently. Maybe I was a little bit OCD about it earlier on.
You check it even when you don't spend money. Nothing changes. You still check it.
I do, guys. So you have to do that. But especially like just keep a track on it. You know, maybe if your parents are helping you with paying college, mine did, thankfully. Like I'm super thankful for that. But either way, like you're still going to be making some expenses on your own that you should keep track of. Like if you spend it at a shifty store or an online shop, you never know if your card's going to get stolen. Like,
that's true.
There's things like that. And also just in general, like here's how much I have. This is what I've spent. Can I spend it? If you don't look at it, how are you supposed to know? So that's a good habit that I've kind of not taken it too far. I'm trying to rein it back in. But yes, really good. That's for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a good habit that you've...
Mine's, well, kind of similar in that when I get paid, the first thing I do is transfer money to my savings. Because
really
a lot of I have different checks coming from different places, and they all tend to go into my checking account. But the first time that I get paid from whatever job, I transfer... not the majority of it, but half or maybe a little less than half to my savings, just because, I mean, I could leave it sitting in my checking account, but your checking account probably shouldn't be higher than your savings. So that's one thing I do, is that I don't even think about it too hard.
Just first thing.
Go into savings.
That's good. I do that too.
And so that's just one thing I do that. And you get into the habit of doing that. So at first you might be like, oh, a lot of money going to my savings. I don't have tons to spend. But it gets into a habit that I actually write it on my calendar in my planner.
That's great.
Like this Friday, I'm actually not that organized, but that's one thing that I'm like, I know if I don't write it down, I won't do it. Or I'll forget. So that's one thing that I do, that I just transfer it and I don't even think about it. I just transfer it and
it's done.
Leave it at that.
Over with.
Yes.
And that can vary. Like if you're tight, then, but still, even if it's $1. Keep the habit. Keep the habit. Super important. But those are some of the tips that we've thought of. And we'll keep growing. I'm not saying that we know everything how to deal with money, but that's really helped us save in the situations that we've kind of grown in, and what we need to spend and what we earn, and balancing that all out.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do a budget. That's one thing that I'm struggling with.
It's a struggle.
And there are templates on. That's the other good thing. There are templates online that will literally tell you how to make a budget. And you just put in your income and your expenses, and it'll like do it for you. I'm really bad with numbers in general, so it's already stressful for me. But a budget also is something you probably should be looking into, especially when you're in college or a young adult and you're getting your first apartment or your first house, and you're figuring out how to pay utilities and rent and electricity and all that.
Yeah, and give yourself a buffer. I'll say, like, I'm gonna take a trip, dude. I'm like, I'm gonna spend $100, give or take. Give yourself the extra $50, and maybe you'll be under. But at least when you budget, you're like, what if I did spend the extra $50? Will I be short? Right. Don't do that. So give yourself a little bit buffer on the things that are variable. Yeah. Like, you know how much you'll pay for rent and utilities, give or take. But with stuff like groceries and other things, like, give a little extra room.
Because then when you don't
you're
spend
like,
it, exactly.
Yeah, add that in there. It'll make you a happier person. I'm like, I'm
actually didn't think
thrifty,
of that.
and
That's
it's not.
Because I'm the kind of person to, like, if I know I need $100, I do like $102. But I need to do...
Another person,
for some reason,
200.
I think that makes a difference. I know it doesn't, but
it's something. We're working.
You're over here like $150 if I need 100.
I'm extreme. We already know that.
Yeah.
But maybe 125. Okay, that's a good between from 2 and 50. Okay, I'm screaming.
I don't know. I just am like really proud of myself when I'm like, oh, like I didn't spend this $2 that I
win the game. Little victories, guys.
You can buy a lot with $2. You can buy.
What can you buy with $2?
You can buy a chocolate bar. You can buy a small drink at
Starbucks. You can't buy a venti cloud macchiato with $2. Okay. Large, Gabby. Large.
Oh, is that
we'll learn it eventually. Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
What's the middle drink?
Grande. I almost lost it. You're rubbing off on me, man.
But grande means big.
But
anyway,
grande.
you can buy a
Tall
small
grande
drink.
venti.
A tall. You
A
can
tall,
buy. I think a
yes.
tall drink. I never
with
get a
$2.
With
Yeah.
$2.
Nothing too fancy. So
$2. Just a plain latte.
add $2 in there, guys. Be like
Okay.
happy.
$2 makes a difference. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be
Okay,
50
okay,
to make a
$2.
difference.
So, guys, with that, we're probably gonna bring it to a close. With our tips that obviously are great, but yeah, just a little reminder to follow us.
Yes.
At
Change by degrees, but the E is a 3.
Exactly.
There was already a change by degrees, so
don't follow that, guys.
it's fine.
But yeah, we hope that your first weekend great and stay strong. We'll be here with you. We're gonna check back in with you next week, but stay connected. We're gonna try to update our social media accounts, and we just look forward to hearing from you. It's a community, guys. Stay connected. So we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.